What's up, fam? Hey, again, it's like always, thank y'all for tuning in. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so that every time I drop a video, you will be notified. Hey, I want to do a quick video about an interview, or a portion of an interview I saw with Marlon Wayans. And I believe it was on the Shade Room, if I'm not mistaken, but he told a story that about a couple of years ago on his mother's deathbed, he told her that he never got married because she was his number one lady, and he wanted to be there for her in her time of need. And we, and say she looked at him, said, I know, I love you too. And, they said a few more parting words. And he said that's the last time he talked to his mother. Now, there's a lot of opinions and feelings about what Marlon Wayans said and about when he said it, and about how he said it. But I can understand where the problem, where the opinions will come in, because first, if you think about it think about it like this, think about if you're on your deathbed and your youngest boy, your baby boy, comes to you and said, I never got married because I wanted to be there for you. Let's say, my daughter or something said something to me like that, and I was dying. I think, I'd be kind of torn, because it's like me, the type of person I am. I want my kids to grow up and live their own lives. Enjoy their own families, have their own kids. Make some grandbabies and stuff like that. And be successful and productive members of society, and keep that cycle going and keep it building for the next generation. Not sit there and tell me that they never had kids or got married because of me, because then I think I feel kind of torn, maybe upset, guilty, if you will, because that's not the life I would want for my kids. But and with that said, I believe that's a conversation that, should have been had, in passing through our life, because, as parents, you make hints about, getting married or, having kids, to your kid, to your own children. You have these conversations, make these hints. So that way they'll know, how you feel about that certain situation. But then as time goes on, you wonder, did she ever say anything to him about this? Because the guy, say he was 47 years old when he told his mom this. So you wonder if she ever had a conversation with him about his relationships, why he ain't got married and had kids. And I suspect they did, because, everybody else in the family, I believe, well, I don't know about Sean, but anyway, I suspect as a parent, you would have that conversation as you get older and as your kids get older. And if they did have this conversation, what did he tell her? Did he tell her the same thing he told her on deathbed, or did he just make up some excuse as to why he didn't do it, or why he never, jumped the broom or what have you? They also got to look at, again, the man was 47. So I'm like, so you saying, let's say you have your youth, you dating, I'm sure you dated a few times. Maybe not so much in his 20s, he didn't think this way, but you would think that maybe between the 20s and 30s, especially 40s, you never thought about, marrying anybody. You never thought about your future, relationship, having offspring, starting a legacy, build upon a legacy that's already been created by you and your siblings. So they never, that's kind of hard to believe, but then I can understand it from this point too. when your parents been there for you and they've done everything they can for you. They've raised you. They let you grow up, have your own family. When your parents get a certain age, if you have that love for them, like you should, when you see them doing bad, when you see them sick and hurt, you want to be there for them. I've seen that. In my own family, like my father, my grandmother was getting older. He still married to my mother till this day. But when my grandma's getting older, if she needed anything, he was there for her. To the doctor's appointments. Now he have 7 other siblings older than him. My dad is a baby boy, the baby. But he was there for most of doctor's appointments. He's going out there every Monday to go see her, take her stuff, take her grocery shopping, bring her groceries, her and her sister who live like next door. He would do these things for her. So, like Marlon Wayans was saying, a lot of women, they're going to compete for your time. They're going to want a lot of time, most of your time, and so there could be conflict. A lot of women will say, hey, you should be able to balance between your wife and your mother. Most women are going to feel that they should come ahead of your mother because of your wife, and that you shouldn't just run off and go do this or go do that for them. And especially if you got other siblings. But you can't control a person. You can't control how a person feels. A person feels obligated to help his mother or his father, or if a daughter, any child, obligated to help their parent, feel obligated to help their parents, especially when they're sick and they need things, you're gonna do it. You can't stop them. If you don't feel that way, then that's on you. But this brother here, he felt that way. That's what he wanted to do, and he did it. So more power to him. I commend him for that. Everyone, if this guy would have went and got to a marriage, and he's the person that he say he is, and he had this woman who's going to be jealous, is going to be get upset, going to argue, feel some type of way about him spending so much time with his mom. It's going to cause problems in that relationship. You're going to blame the brother, or you're going to blame his wife, or you're going to blame his mother. I wouldn't blame Marlon for that, because like I said, the way he talked in the interview, he told you the type of person that he was. You would know from the beginning that Marlon Wayans was going to be there for his mother when she needs him. And probably even when she doesn't need him. He's going to be there for her. He was going to be there for her. So for any woman to get upset and get jealous of that, I put the majority of the issue on her on that. Because I would say with him, she probably, saw a man, black male, heterosexual, got a lot of money, famous family. Yeah, she wanted to be a part of that. Saw the way he was, and like a lot of women try to do, they try to change and mold a man. They go off of potential on the wrong things sometimes. Like they see potential that they maybe can change a guy to be the person they want him to be. But eventually, the man gonna be that man. Nothing you can do about that. So again, like I say, everybody's not marriage material. Everybody's not built for marriage. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what he want to do. That's what he want to do. If he didn't want to marry you, he didn't want to marry you. Can't get mad at him about that. Move on, find another guy. You will find. It's a possibility you will find a guy that feels that way about you. But just think about it. When you get older and you're going back and forth to the doctor, and you know that your time is short, you're on the back end of your life, and let's say your husband has passed on before you, you're going to need somebody to take care of you. And most of the time, God willing, it's going to be your children. Your children are going to have enough love for you to be there for you in your time of need. And that's what this man did. That's what he was. He sacrificed. He made a sacrifice to make sure his mother was taken care of. Just like you may find a husband or your son may do the same thing for you. But I don't know. Tell me what you think. Me personally, I got no problem with what he did, because he was man enough, at least you could say he was man enough not to bring anyone in a situation that was going to cause conflict in a marriage and break up, and just so somebody can have some bullcorn to talk about, to gossip about, to their friends and their family members who ain't got no man of their own. So salute to Marlon Wayans. Continue doing what you're doing. I mean, what is he, 49 now? And besides, he's a guy, like I said, he got money. That brother can get married anytime. He can get married anytime. Look at Ron Isley. Ron Isley got, Ron Isley in his 70s. I think he was, how old was Ron Isley? Ron Isley like in his 50s and 60s. Married a woman in her 30s. So, and they have a teenager right now. So, Marlon Wayans, like I said, he is not, from a man's point of view, that brother didn't have to be in no hurry to marry nobody. The man still, he still look good, look healthy, That man, and he got money. That man ain't had no problem finding no woman now. That could be the problem too. But anyway, that's a whole different story. Like I say, tell me what you think about the story. Are you in agreement with the way with Marlon Wayans, how he did it? How would you feel if your child, whether you're a father or a mother, how would you feel if your child came to you at your deathbed and said something like this? Would you say something like this to your parents if they was on their deathbed? Let me know. Hey, as always, like I say, like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell when you do subscribe. And also leave that comment down below. And until next time, I leave you the same way I came, and that's a peace.